Hello guys and welcome back to Beth the Chef. Hope you're glad that the videos are back after my little holiday. It's a well-deserved holiday and had a great time. And I've got my Kylie Minogue top on and I'm gonna show you a picture because look at that. That's how close me and Mama Bear got to Kylie Minogue. Minding her own business. She got off the stage, had a little walk in the crowd. We thought, where did she go? In front of us, there was a little area which was used as a stage, and we didn't know what that area was for until, wham, she's right there in front of us. So that's certainly a memory that I'm going to keep locked inside my brain forever and ever. Because of that, and because of how personally I feel how great London is, we're almost doing a hybrid with this episode. So we're going to do a bit of Australian inspired barbecue. Pie and mash from London, and we're going to do with the mash, we're going to incorporate some chili cheese in it, just to take this one to Flavour Town, baby. So yeah, I hope everyone's fit and well, and without further ado, let's cook. So the original plan with this with the pie was to use kangaroo steaks because kangaroo steaks is just widely bred and popular in Australia, as you can expect. Yeah, there's kangaroos in Australia like there are cats in Britain. But also, as you can expect, it's quite a hard thing to source in the UK. I'm looking at many websites and yeah. However, what you can get in the UK is venison steaks. You can get them from supermarkets if needed. And I have read that kangaroo meat is very gamey meat, similar to venison. So for this one, we've got some beautiful venison steaks. So the first stage is to get our meat marinating and some nice spices. So it's got a good chance to infuse those flavours for the pie filling. And yeah, here I've got 2 venison steaks. It's lovely lean meat. And a few things venison works well with, like kohlrabi, like almost like a puree. Something quite sharp, maybe some pickled blackberries. Maybe a bit of garlic or coffee goes well. Maybe a coffee rub on them. But what we're going to do is go barbecue style. So what you want to do is just to dice them up nicely. There we go. And we're just going to put it into our mix. So in here, for the 2 steaks, there's a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of the lovely onion salt, and because we're adding garlic later on in the video, so I've only got half a teaspoon of garlic granules. And I'm just going to mix it together. And then I'm gonna add a good splash, again about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, because Worcestershire sauce is great for game and for steaks, if you can say it. Okay. And this will create a thick paste, which you can generously coat your meat in. Right, so I've gathered everything up for the pastry, which is just going to be the lids to our pies. And as we're making, again, we're making two and we're serving it with mash. So I've gone for these sized ramekins. So to create the lids of them, I've got 100 grams of plain flour. And to that I'm going to add 50 grams of cold diced unsalted butter. Lovely. And all you're going to do is rub it with your fingers. See, in the same way as the Cornish pasty video, except this is just a all butter pastry instead of a quarter butter and a quarter lard. And to that we're going to add 20 mils of water, cold water, and I'm just going to season nicely with salt and pepper. Usually pastry is nice to add a bit of herbs in, but there's so much flavours and things going into this recipe. Good flavour is punctual, but you don't want to go overboard. Just a pinch of salt. A little bit of ground black pepper, well, grinded. There we are, and just bring it together with your hands. Once you're there, leave it in the fridge to rest at least 20 minutes. So in the meantime, we're going to tackle the barbecue sauce. Right, so the next stage is the barbecue sauce for the pies. And if you want to, you can always do this recipe and blitz it up after, strain it and use it as barbecue sauce in sandwiches, wraps, burgers, whatever tickles your fancy. But this one we're going to leave it chunky. So for this I've got one pepper, or because they're quite big, half it's a long sweet pointed pepper, and there's one onion, one white onion, 3 garlic cloves, obviously I've peeled these, a can of chopped tomatoes, some oil for cooking, and I've got some white wine vinegar, so I'll show you later on, but it's about 2 tablespoons goes into this, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of a good alcohol. A lot of people use Jack Daniels, but because we like it, I'm going to put some spiced dead man's fingers in there. To which I feel like the spices are going to blend, let's say, blend well with the venison. So what you want to do is just very finely dice your veg and garlic. What we're going to do is a little bit of oil, and we're just going to sweat off our finely chopped veg and garlic. Simply once that's done, incorporate all the other ingredients, mix it in well, and just leave it to simmer for 20 to 30 minutes, and then you're done. Lovely. So in there was my 75 grams of brown sugar, light soft brown sugar. Get nice caramelization. Tomatoes. Do the 3 tablespoons. Of white wine vinegar. That one. About 2 tablespoons. Oh, it smells good. Spiced dead man's fingers, or whiskey, or whatever you got. Hey, Contro might work. You never know. And I'll add a little bit, but not too much seasoning, because of course you've got that pungent chili cheese to go in the mash later on. Lovely. It's all mixed in well. Turn the heat down. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it to simmer. In the meantime, we can look towards the mash. Right, so I'm going to start assembling the pies now. And I've just put the oven on, but preheat it at 180. And I'm going to pop our lovely marinated meat into our sauce. Mix it in well, break all the chunks up. Chunks of meat, that is. And just incorporate between your 2 ramekins. I'm going to get a spoon. our lovely pastry from earlier on a nicely floured surface. And just roll it out. To about thickness of a pound coin. If we remember what pound coins look like. It's all just cards these days. Make sure it's even. Lovely. And just get one of your ramekins. Use it as a layout. Now, just before we go in the oven, I want little sort of bits where the steam can escape on those vents. So with your knife, cut a few holes in. And to make it nice and golden, just brush with beaten egg or milk. And in they go, about 35 to 40 minutes, so that gives us good time to crack on with the mash. Right, so I've gathered everything up towards the mash, and I've peeled and diced 3 medium-sized white potatoes. In here, it's about 50 ml of double cream, a good knob of butter, and about 50 grams of, this is just some smoked chili cheese, which I found in Morrison's, but you can find in supermarkets. Later on, we're going to heat all these 3 elements up in a pan, but the first stage will be to boil our potatoes. Then go the potatoes and into cold water, and then let the temperature get to boiling so they're all evenly cooked. Right, so sorry in advance for all the steam, but you want to get mashing as soon as they come out of the water. So just mashing into a bowl. I'm not going to add any seasoning to this because it's quite a strong flavour, the chili cheese, and of course the seasoning in our pies as well. What we're going to do is I'm going to pop it straight back into the pan I previously boiled them in. And the key to get a smooth mash and a nice creamy mash is to lightly heat this up. At the same time, we're going to separately heat our concoction of butter, cream and the cheese. And then I'm going to slowly incorporate, it will essentially be a sauce, into the mash and work it well. Work it, girl. Right, so we can afford a little time for the potato because we mashed it up while it's still pretty hot, and of course you don't want it to catch. So I've got the cream, butter and cheese melting. Just going to get the plates out, so then we're ready to assemble the dish. Cheese is starting to melt good, so I'm going to add some more heat, put it on a low heat for the potato. If it starts bubbling a bit too much, just take it off the heat. As long as they're both warm, you should get that nice smoothness. Check with your finger if it's warm enough, to which it is. Now I can take the sauce off the heat. Turn up your potatoes slightly, and away we go. Use your spatula to mash it up a bit more, manipulate. And you can see it starting to work. There. Put the light on. Check my pies. Yeah, they're good. Bubbling away in the oven. If you need a bit more control of your hand, feel free to take it off the heat here and there. As you can see, it's starting to come together really nicely. the more you work it, the smoother it will become as well. Just don't leave it on heat the full time because then it will catch. I suppose in a way it's like tempering potato. Right, so the pies have just come out of the oven. That lovely golden top. And I've just got my mash. Get about half your mash. Use your spatula. There we go. Just create little divots in. Lovely. And then to finish off, add a little bit of colour. Just freshly chopped some chives. And there we have it, guys. Good old Australian barbecue inspired venison pie with a nice golden pastry top and a chunky barbecue sauce. We got our chili cheese and creamy mashed potato with some diced chives. So yeah, spread the word, Beth the chef. And once again, welcome back, guys. And join us next week. We're going to make a good old classic, my dad's favourite, sticky toffee pudding with a nice sea salt caramel and traditional vanilla custard. Bon appetit!